Okay. Sorry, I was looking at something real quick. The, Timberborn, it seems, did an update. So, I was curious as to what the update was. I saw the community bulletin. I wanted to read it real quick. Okay, so sorry, I had a really hard time getting up today. I am still really exhausted, and I don't know why I shouldn't be this exhausted. I wasn't up that late. I actually went to bed early for me last night. Fell asleep fairly quickly for me. Like, I think I was asleep before 4:30. I did wake up at like 9. What's up? Oh, well, you stopped there like something was... I mean, it is cute. It's just, it's not what I was expecting. Yours looks interesting. Properly zombified.
Yeah, I'll probably apply that to my original. I'll probably try to do the same to yours.
Sorry, Russell was showing me the first draft of our Diablo-fied icons for D4, because we believe that we are going to get that we're part of the early 4-day access, so soon, friends. Soon we'll be D4ing it up in this joint, because we did pre-purchase. Okay, so I want to get the interiors on these guys done before we go too much further. So that way we can be like, yeah, this section's done. Unless I went past the walls. Nope, we didn't. Okay. Alright, so this guy. That. Is it that? And then... yeah, that looks like that matches the other stuff. Okay, and then apparently I made these all different builds here. Apparently. Alright, so you're gonna be... do you want that color? Or do we want to go with the lighter color? Actually, I think we're going to go with that lighter color. Kind of matches our door trim a bit. Same with this guy. I want the building. There we go. Alright, and this guy. We probably should double check on our negative circle. We'll do that when we're... is that gonna make my... no, okay. Doesn't make my thing go away. Alright, so everybody's pretty good in here. You're just barely touching the path, and I think you might be just barely touching the path. But you all don't have any scenery on you, really, so we've got room to work with here, so that's fine. Now, I'm not gonna put roofing on these guys because we're gonna roof the whole shebang here. Well, we might stick a flat roof on these guys. Maybe then. It's not gonna be anything fancy. That's for certain. That's a panel. I want the one without the base, please. Okay, there we go. Wrapping this guy up all nice and neat. Oh, I love how it rounds those corners. That is lovely. That's wonderful. Look at that. Very nice. Alright, so let's go into roofy roofs and the flat roofs. I do know there's a flat roof for this, I just have to find it. Indonesian. You're here somewhere. I've seen you. In fact, I've used you. Pray tell, where are you? That's sandstone. There we are. We do have to change our color though. It does leave us with the weird... Does it show it on the other side too? No! Well, that's fascinating. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I mean... I guess it's not so... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I guess it's not too terrible. I think it's probably enough to make these guys somewhat happy. What's your scenery rating now? 67. Alright. Oh, let's go ahead and hit pause here. My system doesn't have a total freak out. Okay, so you're sitting at 46. We're gonna give this building the same color treatment. I think that's where that's supposed to sit. Oh, I think. We'll see. So it's Friday. I think it's Friday. Oh, we forgot to change the Mingo. Hold on. We have to change the Mingo. We still had Island Mingo up. My bad. There we go. That's better. I just happened to catch that out of the corner of my eye. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot to put Zoo Mingo up. Or our pith helmet Mingo. Okay, so let's get that color, and that color. And then we need a window. Really? You're gonna do a little flickery dancy? Alright, we're gonna have to fuss with you in a minute, I see. That's how you're gonna be. Most of you aren't doing it though. Just this one. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna be like one of those. Okay. Really? That we found out with Russell's build by accident, or if your walls are facing a certain way, you can have stuff not show up. And we did not know this, and we're like, wait, what? What is happening? I don't know. Oh, that's not what I wanted to. I don't know if this is a bug. I never knew this, but this weirdness seems to be a thing. But technically, I thought all these walls went on facing the same way, so I'm surprised they're all not showing the thing. Oh, look. I thought we were just stuck with it. We're just gonna have to cope. But just like that, it magically disappears. That side's good. This side. Look, boom, gone. Weird. And that side's fine. Huh. Well, how about them apples? Alright, so when we get the roof on this sucker, it's gonna be dark as shit in here, so we're definitely gonna need some lighting. Hi, Momo.
I know it hasn't been that long, buddy.
You know Mommy doesn't have food every time she sits down. You know this. Had to find our huge-ass lampposts of doom. These look a little much for back here, though. But maybe not. Hi, Mosies. Everybody, Momo the pupper's here. Hi, old pupper. What's up, my pupper? Mom's does not have food of any description whatsoever. I promise. Dinner will be my breakfast. Especially today, since Mom got started late. Hi, yes, I can feel your head on my leg. Hi. You don't believe me. Hi. Hi. What's up? I can't tell if you're looking for a goodie or if you need to potty.
You better not start scarfing grass.
I'm bored. I'm gonna eat grass. Alright. That's a silly question, Dad. Or a silly statement. I changed the color on these. What did I change it to? Because I was duplicating them and now I don't remember. Fire color. What is this? Control. Let's see. I don't know my control keys that well. So this is gonna be control V. Forgot we have to hit enter. The only reason I remember this is because sometimes Discord gets funny. And we have to copy shit in weird. Alright, wall signs. Facility signs. Okay, so we're gonna do. How do I want to do this guy? I'm gonna do that as the symbol color. And maybe that as our background. So for those that haven't figured it out yet, we are working on Streamland Park today. This is the solo zoo with the random spinning wheel of doom. When we last spun this spinning wheel of doom, friends, we got exhibit yet again. So it's on an exhibit kick with us. Oh, we missed one. Did he pee?
Momo did. Susie just wants to do it.
Well, yeah, it's Suzu. Damn it, train of thought completely just chugged right on out of the station without me. Right, so it's been on this, exhibit animal kick for a while. Now...
I'm gonna go try and take a nap, dear.
Okay. You alright?
Yeah, I'm just tired. Go sleep.
Is that the right? Is that the right color? Or is it this color? No, it's the other color. It is that color. Yeah, okay. So, me and my... The shades are very close to each other, so it's like, So, and when we spun, well not spun, when we hit the random animal generator for exhibit animal, it gave us the centipede. So I was like, huh, well, actually it might have given us a snake first. I'm like, well, we already did all the snakes, so we've done the snakes and the frogs. Trying to think if there might be a turtle in the frog house. It's possible. But I'm not certain. But, I was like, well, you know what, let's hold on that for a second. So we got it until we hit something that we didn't have, which was centipede. And it's like, alright. So we located all of the actual bugs that weren't spiders. Because there's enough spiders where I think we can do like a small spider house if it comes to it. Or spider walkthrough area. And, so I think that was, what, 8 exhibit stations that we've got put in here, and I'm like, well, bugs. Kind of want to do like a cave. Kind of like a dark, creepy cave. So here we are. Where's my... There it is. I can't see my keyboard, so... It takes me a minute to reorient myself with where I am on my keys. Sometimes. So was it that on the line? Yeah, okay. I feel like these should be black. They should be. Okay. Well, we'll fix that right now. That's better. Well, that's better for the new one. We have to fix that other one here in just a minute. That's okay. So how's everybody's week been? Everybody doing alright? Everybody hanging in there? Husband's lawyer called today. Was not expecting to hear from them. I thought something was up because I was trying to fall back asleep because I woke up around 9. I had to potty. Actually, no, I woke up to Russell coming in with the dogs, and I was like, fuck, what time is it? And then I was like, oh, you have therapy today, because we forgot. We didn't talk about it last night, because I didn't know if he was doing on the phone or going. He goes, no, I don't this week. He goes, she's away for the holiday. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I panicked for a minute, because I forgot. Because she'll be away on conferences or whatever, and her adult kids were like, let's go on vacation this weekend, and she's like, oh, okay. So he actually didn't have anything scheduled this week, and I didn't realize it because he had told me and I forgot, but he told me like forever ago, it feels like. So the memory was a little dusty. So I kind of jolted myself awake and then realized I had to pee, and I'm like, okay. So when I was starting to fall back asleep, he was outside doing some yard work. We finally got the weed whacker restrung because we ran out of string. And all that good stuff. So this is inside of a building. I really don't... I mean... There could be potted plants, but what's your scenery rating, my friend? I mean, you're at 75% right now. I haven't put your roof on yet, so... I don't know here. Okay, so anyway, she called. unexpectedly. And he's like, hello? And our assumptions were correct. The next step of the process we are at is judge time. So she has to send him paperwork that he needs to sign off on for that, it would seem. And that's where we're sitting. So that is why, apparently, our next date of anything happening is going to be so far out. I don't know, should we wait and do the roof all at once? Because I'm feeling like maybe that's what we should do. Yeah, because then we can make adjustments. Because I want this to be a little bit higher in the middle. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Alrighty, now. Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start? Guess we'll start over here. I suppose. Alright, so I got that in. Alright, so what bugs do we have in place already? We've got... Where did we start? We started over here. This is the centipede. This guy here is what? Desert scorpion? And you are some kind of, I think, dung beetle. And you're a coffee shop and your hat's fantastic. Okay. Show fringe, let's see here. Exhibit trading. No. That's not what I want. My fingers are like, yeah, we're going here, and my brain's like, okay, yeah, no, wait, no. My brain's being a little slow to catch up today. Alright, we're getting there. Yeah, so that's why it's going to take so long. So we have to sign off on paperwork, or he does, for, because they're going to do it over the phone. They're still doing that stuff. I said, Zoom or phone? He goes, phone. And I was like, oh. I was kind of hoping it was at least going to be Zoom so that they could see him. But I guess phone makes more sense when you might be dealing with people that are not quite so technology inclined or savvy or anything. Although I suppose they could always just go to the lawyer's office and the lawyer could do it for them, but... I get it. So we have to sign off on paperwork on that, and then we're waiting for our turn in line, I guess. And hoping it gets bumped up sooner. Okay, I think that's the last one no, we did that one. So I think we're on the giant forest scorpion. So that'll be bug number 4, I think. Data, wait, what did that say? Data deficient. Well, we don't know. Wow, we don't fucking know, apparently. Alright, I'm just gonna put some info in the chat here for me, so I don't fucking forget. Because my memory is bullshit. And anybody that knows me knows this. Some stuff I can recall without a problem. Other stuff, forget it. You could tell me your name and 5 minutes later, to maybe 10 minutes later, ask me your name and I'll be like, Or maybe I'll remember it for that encounter and then the next time I see you out and about without any prompting of remembrance, I'll be like, I just don't know your name. Okay, I didn't want to close that. Sorry, my brain went somewhere for a second. Okay. Oh look, there's a gold one. We have unlimited credits right now, so what the hell? We can go 1 to 6, so... I have death turned off in this park. Bless you! I think a cat sneezed. Do I go 4? I can go 4. Longevity, that's fine. No, that's not what I wanted. I want all of you, not just one of you. We're all going, baby. Okay. Alright, so temperature we're looking for between 70 and 86, so it's a little toasty in there. It's a heat wave. What happened to heat wave? Tropical heat wave. That's probably good. Alright, so humidity should be 65 to 85. It's set at 70. We seem to be golden there. Alright. So where's window 1? Alright, there's window 1. I prefer the 3D facades. I'm sure not everybody does, and maybe the 2D facade would be more appropriate for a smaller budget park. Or a tighter budget park. Although I don't really see how much it costs. Maybe it's more maintenance. On that, and window 4 would be this one that we're looking at. Change that to our light color. You know, I don't think that change the lighting on the other guys here. You should have a keeper. You're in a work zone. Okay. I don't think I have vets assigned to you guys, though. Come to think of it. Okay, I did change your lighting color. What about you? I feel like okay. Apparently I did, and I have no memory of doing so. Alright, cool. Wonderful. Fan-fucking-tastic. Okay. And I mean that. I did not remember doing so. Whatsoever. It's one of those things that I tend to forget, and I'm like, oh. And then when I do it, I'm kind of creeped out. I'm like, really? Oh, okay. Sure, I guess. If you say so. How far far up off the ground were we gonna come here? Is that about right? Let me see. Where's the others? You're probably a little bit lower, but you know what? That's okay. Sorry, I was just admiring our hippity hoppity house window on our exhibit. Caught my attention. That window that was such a bitch to put in. Hippity hoppity house. And our creepy, creepy frogs. Oh, so dorky. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm not working on that right now. Okay, so we have to figure this out. Do we want to like cover? How do we want to do this? Because we've got this back part, right? So we were experimenting with the null paths here. So like that's all well and good for the inside. But we can come back and fill in gaps and stuff. What the hell are we gonna do back here? Because technically this is visible. So if I want this to work, we're gonna have to take that off of that particular constraint. So let's see here. I guess that kind of needs to be the same height as everybody else, but I want you sunk into the ground a bit. I don't really want you floating. Which is kind of what it looked like you were trying to do there. Alright, so if we go this way. Hey, Zorts, how's it going? Feeling any better? I hope. Wow, that was quick. Russell was sick for like 2.5, 3 weeks. He still has it a little bit. You are quite lucky, sir. Or his immune system's just shit. That's entirely possible. I know mine's not the greatest. Growing up, I was one of those kids that always had like chronic bronchitis and stuff. Like clockwork. It's like, man, that doggy shake sounded pretty loud. I turned and looked, Momo was on the bed, and then he gets down. You can be on the bed, Moses. I'll only get up there if he thinks I'm not looking. Alright, so I'm just getting the base of our walls in. We're gonna come back in and fill in the gappy doos and all that here in a minute. Why does this look so much... like so much shorter? I know we changed the wall orientation, but... did we change it by that much? Hadn't thought so. Well, at least you're feeling better for your upcoming adventures, because that would have sucked ass. No one wants to be ill and stuck in the car and be the one that has to navigate as well. So my mom went to her doctor's appointment, I forgot to mention this yesterday, on Wednesday. And they had given her eye drops to use before she came back again. And when they rechecked the pressure in her eyes, they said it's gone down a little bit. She still can't really see that well. But they said there is a difference. So now they're not sure if it's actually glaucoma. They said they're hesitant to call it glaucoma now. They don't know what it is. Maybe it's just stress. They're not sure. So they've decided to have her keep doing the eye drops. And to come back in 6 months. And then they'll reevaluate. So shitty that they don't know what the fuck is going on, but not so bad that now I'm not as panicked. That we're on a tighter time limit to get her to Florida so she can see, like physically see my brother. I still want to get her there soon, but it's probably not going to happen till probably sometime next year. Probably. And then my mom was trying to worm her way out of going after she said she wanted to go. I'm like, she's like, well, you and Russell can go. And she's like, I'll stay here. I'm like, no, you're the one that said you wanted to go, ma'am. Did you or did you not say you wanted to go see my fuckwit of a brother? Like, she goes, yeah, but that's a long car ride. I don't know if I can do that with my back. And I'm like, woman, you did the 2-hour trip to the zoo. We can put you up front, we can put you in the back. Wherever you want to sit, we can switch. We can stop so you can get out and move around. So what if we like curve this around. I was like, well, you won't get on a plane. She goes, no, that's out of the question. I'm like, well, plane or car? Them's are the options. I particularly don't want to get on a plane with her either, because she's not going to go by herself. Because she would probably have to change planes from here to there, maybe. And she's never had to do that. And she probably wouldn't be able to deal with her bags anyway. Or Russell would have to at least go with her, because I'm like, well, wait. When we get there, how are we going to get around? Probably have to take a cab. That's going to be a shit ton of money. Because we can't stay with my brother. He's weird about people being in his house, even if it's family. Trust me, that wouldn't really happen. And he apparently sort of has a girlfriend, kind of, but there's a story there, and I don't know all of it, but it surprised the fuck out of me when I was told parts of it, and I was like, wait, what? The same? And she goes, yeah. And apparently he's got his security camera business still up in New Jersey. But he's tired of traveling back and forth every couple of months to go up there and deal with shit. He's got one of his friends that kinda helps him if something pops off that he can't get up there to deal with. Or that sometimes sort of helps him with installations or something. I'm getting this information like third hand. And he's also lately been running a flea market stall selling touristy bullshit, which also surprised the fuck out of me. I'm like, really? Like beach shoes, cheap beach shoes, hence the shoes that I did eventually get. He had forgotten to send them. Bathing suits, towels, that sort of shit. And apparently he has also just, or is about to just open a actual store in a strip mall as well. And I was like, wait. I was like, who's gonna run it? Because he can't be at the flea market and at the strip mall store at the same time, and he doesn't strike me as the type of person that would have employees. And my mom goes, no, he's gonna do the flea market on the weekend and then do the strip mall during the week. And I was like, that seems like a lost opportunity, but maybe he makes more money at the flea market. I said, what's this place even called? And when my mom told me, I about died. I was like, are you serious? That's what he called this? Such an out of character store name for someone like him, or at least I would have thought that would be an out of character store name, but you know, we're not exactly the closest of people, so maybe. But never, ever, ever would have pegged him for owning a store by that name, ever. So when my mom told me, I was like, what? I was like, I laughed so hard. I laughed until I just about cried. So did Russell, because we're like, for real? It's just like, wow. I'm not gonna say it, because he'll probably be pissed off if he knows I said this much already, but hey, it's free advertising, right? Can't be mad about free advertising. Maybe some people are in the Tampa area in Florida. like Tampa needs more of this type of store, like a hole in the head, but it's still free advertising. I don't know if he actually opened yet though. I think he said he was waiting to get, I guess, approval maybe? That he could open probably from see, we're like sinking here. That's alright. From, I guess, licensing or whoever the fuck's in charge of that. I don't know. There's different marshals and OSHA, I guess, fire marshals and all that shit that you gotta get approval before you can actually open for. Make sure you've got the right number of fire extinguishers and all that jazz. So here's the thing. Do we want to go with like this kind of entrance? Or do we want to go with like an archway? I don't know. I think these are like your standard wall archways. I mean, that's a very different color than that. I mean, it would give us a guide to get the other stuff on there. That's tiny. What is that? That's like a skinny mini doorway archway. We do have this guy. And this guy is a very different color. But we could potentially. Now we could make that vanish altogether by making that the same color. Or we can make it that color. And maybe like the entranceway would potentially be a little more ornate. It is a very different color though. Very different color. What if I were to put you about there? I mean, it would definitely give us a guideline. I suppose it wouldn't be so bad if it's a slightly different color, right? That is apparently... Oh no, we weren't floating, it just looked like we were. I can hear the fan going crazy on my PC. Alright, that's not staying like that though. This guy. Alright, so if I put you about there. Alright, so we can either put rocks around him to cover it. There's no piece that joins the two, right? So I wish there was a piece that you could shove in the middle there. For like wider paths. That is such a vastly different color. Isn't it, though? Vastly different. Alright, what about columns? Because now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do in between these two. How different that is. Oof. We do have a mud column, though. We do. I wonder. Fuck. Really? I can't... On the grid, I can't flip them. Damn it! To fuck. I had the answer to my problem. And you said no. What the hell? That's some bullshit right there. So, does that mean we're gonna have to... color this guy? We're not the right thickness. At all. Alright, what about structural? Do we have any structural props that could potentially work here? I mean, you're square, but you are the right color. Do we have that in a round? 'Cause we can work with that. Bridge support. 2/3 of the time spent playing Planet Zoo is trying to find the thing that's going to work for you. That's not colorable. God damn it. Okay. Well. Alright. Now what? I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for under props. But you never know. When all else has failed. It's awfully small. I mean, there's that square piece, but it's fucking square, and it's gonna look ridiculous. Coming in on the circle. The art pieces are not the right color. The color's not matching. Probably because it's a different base material. Oh, I had them all. Okay, well that's not good. So we might have to go with plan B. And plan B is covering this with our rock pieces. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. Like, can we color this? Oh, we can! Dude. We can color it. That's not wide enough, though. The color's off. But God, look how bright that is compared to that one. Oh, that's terrible. Like, this is all faded and weathered, and this is like bright spanking brand new. Shit. I'm not redoing these walls. I'm not. I refuse. So, while that is cool, and would have fucking worked. Alright, so we'll use these as a guideline here. So we'll just nix the pattern, right? We'll make that melt into the background. And then we will have to make it up as we go here. Because that coloring is just way too far off for me to justify it. So let's see about maybe turning you ever so slightly. have to. Where's my flatter side here? So there's our flatter side. So we might have a little bit of space to work with here. Not a huge amount, but a little bit, right? Let's put the flashlight on. Oh, that didn't help much, but maybe it will help enough, or we can get this guy fixed up here. That's sad. If my pathway wasn't as wide, it really wouldn't have been that much of an issue. But we went with a wide pathway here to fit the amount of persons that are going to be coming in and out. I didn't think I needed to have that small of a cave entrance here. Sorry, I'm really pissed. Why? Why you gotta do me like that? It would have been perfect. But no. Alright, let me see here. So at least, you know, we've got some news again from the lawyer. Something, I suppose. Just have to figure out what we're gonna do about that guy. But let's work on getting this sorted here. First, I suppose. Come on. I'm clicking the thing. Thank you. Okay. So we've got that guy. And then let's try this angle here. See about shoving. I'm gonna do this one. I think it'd be a little bit different. I know we still have to go back in and pick up where we left off on the inside, but I got distracted and just kind of kept on chugging away along the front side. We'll get back over there. I ended up getting pizza last night for dinner instead of me cooking. Husband pulled out the wrong chicken that I had asked him to pull out for me. And so I couldn't really do what I was planning to do with that particular cut of chicken, and I was like, oh. I was like, well. And I kind of got stuck because I'm like, I don't know what to do with this because it wasn't quite enough. And so we just ended up doing pizza. Except my mom's like, we'll get 2 pizzas because one might not be enough. But one ended up being enough last night. So we have leftover pizza, so that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Because my brain's just like, nah. We'll come back to that, I promise. I really need to get back over here, because once I figure out how we're going to do that entrance, then we're going to kind of translate it back over to here. But I don't want to neglect this guy, because we started him. And then we didn't get back to him. And I don't want to get too far ahead. Because that could be problematic. Well, no, actually that side might have been the side I wanted to begin with. Now we're upside down. Okay, so we're gonna have this like weird kinda gap in the wall. Right? From this guy. I don't mean that, that's fine. That's not really a big deal. That's probably good enough. Alright, so I'm gonna let those gaps be there for a minute. But just for a minute, because I don't like the way that piece is sitting, actually. Well, I guess that gap's still gonna be there. That's fine. And then this guy, we're gonna put just a touch. Oh. I'm like, why isn't it moving? Because you've got the wrong thingy on still. Or the other thingy, not necessarily the wrong one. Okay. So, from the outside that doesn't look bad, we'll add some things over the joints and stuff, so. We'll get you looking better. Don't worry, no. I didn't really want you, guy, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the thing. Because I want to duplicate the thing. This is not that, though. That is that. That's fine. We need a donation bucky. Where do I want to put the donation bucky? I'm thinking donation bucky. Well, I mean, that's kind of out there. I mean, donation bucky feels a little bit better over here. But it's pretty fucking far off the wall, so what if we put donation bucky there? And we grab our talkie point. And we put talkie point here. And your talking point is this one. Okay, we don't have an educator assigned, obviously, because we just placed you. But that should be okay-ish. Should be. Alright. Now, I want those... I want this guy, right? And I'm gonna duplicate him. And we're gonna... Oh, no. Why are you being weird? I don't want you... No. I want you coming straight up, please. Thank you. Like, what the heck? What is your deal, man? Alright, so we'll get this guy bumped up to... Now, how high was he? Supposed to be. Alright, so you can see just a little bit of the shell peeking. Just a little pika happening. Just a little bit. Just a little. I'm gonna maybe about... Well, that might be okay. Alright, so if I leave you there, right? And return your universal... No. I did not want to do that. Alright, that's probably okay there. And we're gonna duplicate you to about there, I guess. Maybe, well, no, you need a little bit more of an angle on you. Just a skosh. That's gonna set you up to look a little strange there, but that's okay. Yeah, that should be alright. Okay, now. I've been using these guys. Just wanted to make sure it was actually the right color. It looks like it probably is. Okay, so I want to flip this guy. Because he's going to do a couple of things for us. That was really trippy pulling that up. I didn't think I had the right arrow. I'm like, this is not. Kitty, what are you doing? Cat. That is not for scratching. Sorry, they were messing with the, our curtain substitute over our front door. I don't know why. Cats are gonna cat. I can't even see what cat it is. All I can hear is the weird little, like, nail sharpening popping noise. But that thing's not even that sturdy, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, I can see the door from where I'm sitting, but it's, like, kind of behind all of my equipment, so I can't really see what they are doing. I thought school was out. I guess not. I just heard air brakes. And air brakes at this time of day are usually the school bus dropping off next door. Usually. I guess school's not quite out yet. I wonder if today was last day. Oh no, you know what? It's gotta be next week. I'm surprised they didn't give kids a half day for the holiday. Everybody else is taking an early weekend. This was one of those holidays that I always called bullshit on. Because it's not a holiday if you work retail. It's a fuck you holiday if you work retail, because all of the retailers had these fucking bullshit sales that just seem to bring people out of the woodwork, and it's like, fucking serious. Oh, let's have a special sale. I'm like, let's not, and say we did. Well, I'm like, are you gonna pay me more? We might have gotten holiday pay for working just the Monday. Just Memorial Day itself. I'm like, if we're gonna call it a holiday, can it be a holiday for everyone? It was one of those, like, weird holidays where it's just like, oh, this? Okay, we're gonna close. What about us? Oh no, you're gonna have 50% off sales and coupons out the wazoo, and you're gonna just be busier than ever, and you're just gonna resent everyone and everything, and, go home crying. I'm like, oh. Thanks. Cool. You bet. That doesn't get me in a reflective mood. Maybe reflective about my job choice, but that'd be about it. Like, I never understood this, you know? But then again, we were open for 4th of July, too. And, like, all of the things that you would think someone would close for. Gotta get them craft supplies, man. What do you mean I have to wait till tomorrow to get my glitter? Sorry, lady. How did people survive the 24 hours that the store was closed for, like, Thanksgiving Day and Easter? I do not know. Those are, like, the only 2 days the store was closed. Unless the weather was so bad that the office manager and 2/3 of the employees could not get in. It seemed to be the only time the store ever closed, which was really frustrating. Oh god, I got so pissed off the one day, right? So, they're like, we were supposed to have a snowstorm, a pretty bad one. They were predicting, but you know, when they predict it, it doesn't always happen. So, and there's a few people that refuse to drive in the snow that worked for the store, and I get it. You know, not everybody wants to deal with that shit. So, they said to us, the store will be open tomorrow, and you will be here. If we decide to close, we will call you and tell you not to bother coming in. Otherwise, you need to be here, or you will not be getting paid for the day. It's like, okay. Sure. Well, it snowed all right. Boy, did it snow. It snowed so much. I didn't have a car, so my dad was gonna take me in. He wasn't even going into work. I'm trying to think, where were we living? Where we were living depended on where he was working. Don't think he was at the casino. Maybe he was. Maybe it was his day off. Or he was just like, yeah, no, fuck that. And so I'm sitting there and it's getting closer to the time for me to leave and nobody's called me. And I'm like, what to do? And I'm trying to call the store and nobody's answering. And I'm like, what the fuck, yo? Nobody's answering. And they're starting to talk about, oh, state of emergency. You know, they don't want people out on the roads because the roads were bad. And I'm like, well, they told me if I didn't come in, I was in a huge amount of trouble. They told me I had to be there. And, you know, this is when I was first starting out there. I hadn't been working there that long, maybe a year. And, you know, I'm thinking, well, I'm fucking fired if I don't show up. You know, kind of thing. That's where they had me mentally. I'm just like, I've got to go in. So we get there. It took us an hour to get there on a drive that normally takes 20 minutes. There's not a fucking soul there. The doors are locked tight. The lights are off. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all were like, you better fucking be here and blah 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 blah. We're not gonna close and you better show up unless we call you. Really? Okay. I get there and nobody's there. I was not pleased. My dad was not pleased. Go back home. Try calling again. Still haven't heard from anybody. Not even a coworker. Nothing. Nobody has called me. I'm like, okay. Apparently they all have their own little network and I wasn't part of the network yet because I guess for some reason, I don't know why. Overlooked, I suppose? I come in the next day. Turns out, oh yeah, they were closing the bridge off of the barrier island where the store manager and office manager lived. Store manager drove to the store, ran inside, and only had time to grab a handful of employees' files with their phone numbers on them, and had to run and bring them home with him. And apparently they didn't grab everybody's. And they're like, well, it was a state of emergency. Why did you out on the roads? Because you all were fucking threatening us that if we didn't show up, we were fucking done, basically. Don't be stupid. And I'm just like, really? I'm taking people at what they're fucking telling me, and then you're calling me stupid for taking you at what you're fucking telling me. Like, something's wrong with this equation here. I don't understand. I'm so mad. I'm like, you knew this was a possibility. You fucking knew this was a possibility, but you didn't plan before you left the day before? This is your fucking fault, man. Don't tell me I'm stupid when I'm doing what you fucking told me to do. Because we're the type of store that would be open even in a state of emergency, because people have to have their poster board. Trust me. I have worked the front end. People are vicious with their craft supplies. I'm telling you, they're scary. Like, seriously scary. It's like a zombie apocalypse could be happening, and most zombies will be out trying to, you know, find people to eat and whatnot. No. The craft zombies would be banging on the door, going on about how they needed their scrapbook paper and stuff, and it's like, what? No. We're closed. Fuck off. Like, holy shit. I mean, there were Sundays where I was sitting outside at 7 a.m. waiting for the store manager or the assistant manager to show up to let me in. Because I didn't have keys. I didn't want keys. So that I could do back office to get the store ready to open. And there were people pulling up. You open? When the store is normally open, there are baskets of merchandise sitting outside with sale signs on them. The store's lights are on. There's normally people coming and going from the front door. And there's not normally employees sitting outside in the cold, waiting on the sidewalk for someone to show up. My ass would have been inside. I'm like, really? No. We open at 10. Oh. Okay. Can I just grab something real quick? No. We open at 10. Jesus Christ, people. You once worked at the mall and we had a big snowstorm and we lived on a dead-end side road, and so not a priority for the plows, could not get out of the neighborhood and got in trouble for not showing up to work. I was like, whatever, you got a plow? Next time come get me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We got in trouble with Walmart, right? Down here in fucking Figure It Outville when it snows. It's like, oh god, it's flurrying. We have to close everything. Because we don't have proper road treating equipment, and we really should by now because they have ice storms and all of the things. So you would think that they would have learned by now to pre-treat the roads. Oh no, we don't do that. Not out here. And they were calling for snow. And we had never really driven in snow before. So I was a little nervous. Russell's like, it's fine. We'll be okay. We'll just go slow. We'll get up a little early and we'll make our way in. It'll be fine. We'll leave early. I'm like, okay. Well, that was the plan. Our driveway is on a slight incline. Well, incline pulling out. Decline going in, I guess, ever so slight hill. Slight. Very slight. Car sits at a slight downward angle when you're pulling. Minor. Minor. Don't even need the emergency brakes on. It's not that bad of a pointy downy if you pull in. And our driveway's kind of like in a U shape that goes around the back of the house. And there's one side that has the carport on it, and there's one side that doesn't. And, well, it started out as freezing rain. Switched over to snow. And then it switched to sleet. And boy did it sleet. I have never experienced anything like this in my entire life. When I woke up, I looked outside and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, alright, this is not gonna be fun. And I'm trying to get my lunch together to take into work, and I'm trying to eat dinner real quick, and he didn't normally eat dinner before we left. He would just like kind of, he was more worried about getting in the shower. I tried to get in the shower before I went to bed. So I'm sitting here trying to eat, and it wasn't quite time for me to wake him up yet. And I think he fell asleep in his reclining chair that night, or that day. So I was kind of sitting in the living room the room where his chair was. And I'm sitting there eating. And I'm listening to the sleet outside. And I'm like, I'm just mystified. I'm just sitting there with this like fucking weird ass look on my face. I'm just like, oh my god. Are you for real right now? And he woke up. And he's kind of looking at me, and he sees the look on my face. He goes, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, are you cooking something? I was like, that's the sleet outside. He's like, what? I was like, it's sleeting so hard it sounds like bacon sizzling in a pan. I kid you not. That's how loud it was, and that's how hard it was coming down. He quick jumped up, and we looked outside, and we're like, oh shit. I think we had this little rear wheel sedan or something at the time. And he's like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And he kind of felt the same way. We're like, well, we don't have sick time. So he's like, I'm gonna quick get dressed, quick get yourself together, and we're gonna try to get out of the driveway. And I'm like, okay. Because it was an unexcused absence if we weren't there. That's what they were telling us. And, so we're starting to get a little, concerned, I guess would be the proper phrasing. And we're like, fuck. So we're trying to figure out how we're gonna do this. Like, okay. Like, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. So we get our shit together. We get out in the car. And we were trying to did we even have a shovel? We had an old metal shovel. Like for garden digging. For dirt digging. It wasn't a snow shovel. And we're trying to do something with that. Except it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't even breaking the top of the snow layer. It was just like sliding right off of it. And we're like, this isn't good. So we're like, okay. He tries to back out of the driveway. Car won't go. The tires are just spinning, and we're like, what if we like put a piece of cardboard under the wheels. We tried that, the cardboard went flying. We're like, oh, okay. So we tried kitty litter. So like, we've got cats, we've got a shit ton of kitty litter. We tried that. That didn't do anything. And him and I are like, we can't get out of the driveway. Fuck. So we're gonna have to take the hit and pay. We're gonna have to be like, look, we've tried getting out of our driveway. We tried to come into work. This isn't happening. So we called the store and we talked to one of the managers. And she's like, okay. Thanks for trying. And we're like, okay. The next day, after the sun had a chance to melt some of the things, we still could not get out of our driveway. We could not get traction, and not enough melting had happened. We were trying everything. Nothing was working. It was a solid sheet of ice, because what it did throughout the night was that it sleeted real hard, and then it switched over to snow, and then it sleeted real hard, and then it switched over to snow, and it made this impossible crust to break. Our power had gone out a couple of times, and we're like, Jesus Christ. And like, we actually went for a walk to see if we could figure out where the power was being a problem, and I think we saw a transformer that was arcing. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go home now. Like, we were unplugging appliances. I think we unplugged the refrigerator because the power kept surging so bad we were afraid it was gonna kill it. And it was fucking wild. Never had gone through a snowstorm like that ever before. And next day, still couldn't get out. We called and we're like, yeah, we still can't get out of our driveway. We're trying everything. And they're like, alright. We're like, our driveway's on an incline and it's ice and nothing is melting this shit. Finally, we were out of work for 3 days. We could not get out of the driveway for 3 fucking days. We were pissed. Because we both lost 3 days of pay. Because in the end, Walmart decided, because so many people could not get in, so many days in a row, well, they relented and decided that you could use PTO time for this, if you had it. Well, we didn't have PTO time, because we weren't there long enough. So, well, sucks to be you. And you were just fucked at that point. And we're like, thanks. You know, we actually did try to get in, but we don't live in Fayetteville. We live like a good 20-25 minutes out. So, yeah, fuck you. We tried. We just didn't look outside and be like, oh, well, yeah, that ain't happening. So, I mean, you know, it's like, really, motherfuckers? Really? Alright, do I want to... I guess we could try to grab this guy. That was awful. Because, you know, then we were worried, well, if we did get out of the driveway, what if we get stuck somewhere? So... I'm sorry, you're not gonna let me duplicate that? Really? Bullshit. Why? Is it because you guys aren't the same piece anymore? Probably. Probably. Okay, so what if we do it this way? Okay, I can grab your rocks, it seems. Probably because well, I don't know if I actually split it. I don't think I technically split it. But... alright, so we'll do it this way. It's alright, we can work with this, I think. Maybe. arrows look a little off, but they're not really off by that much. And if we're gonna have to rockify this guy anyhow. Oh, I have to sneeze. Sorry. I managed to give you a warning that time. Oh. Allergies, baby. Not fun. Alright, I'm probably not gonna be able to move this guy the way I want to. No, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, so we'll have to get a little creative here. That's not terrible. I'm just gonna have to watch for clipping, right? Because that is kind of... Maybe we can put one of those Kirby-doos in there. Like we've got, excuse me, over here. Now the Kirby-doo doesn't always work, I've found, but it does sometimes, so let's see here. And we can do that. Change our colors. And then I can leave you peeking out just a little bit so I can grab you if I need to. Right? And then you kind of blend in there. Alright, that should be okay. Alright, so I know we still have some work to do on this outer edge here. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Just kind of got preoccupied over here. Right. We need to come into work zones. Actually, how's our crime doing? Okay, we're good. For the most part. Stuff. Work zones. Okay, so Bug Cave Talk 1. Who's in Bug Cave Talk 1? Who's doing Bug Cave Talk 1? Centipede. Okay, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe? Okay. What about Bug Cave Talk 2? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And I don't have your talkie point yet, so we'll have to come back and re-edit that. Alright, when is your talk scheduled for? September. Okay. And when is yours scheduled for? December. Alright, so September... December, wait. Okay. September, December. I'll make yours February. How about that? Well, no, we'll go March. Okay. I'm jumping around a bit in here, but just the way it goes sometimes. I'm kind of enjoying this null pathway, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't so sure. I was gonna like it, but I think it's actually kind of cool if you can get it worked out right. Right? I would have been happier if I could have made this the gray rock instead of this red one, because I feel like our red rock here just doesn't really quite fit. But don't worry, we'll make that not look quite so uniform here, and we'll get some stuff up on it. And I don't know what we're gonna do in here. We might put some vines, maybe. I have to see. I have to think about it. Because it is gonna be a bit dark in here. Or at least that's the plan. That's the plan. We're only gonna have the light from our torchy guys. Oh wow, that looks like a Picasso painting if I ever saw one. Got a little mouth here, eyes up here, maybe a weird nose here, sideways. That's actually kind of scary. Oh my. Alright, anyhow. And people wonder why retail workers snap so much. It's like, well, maybe if you treated us like human beings. Maybe. It wouldn't be so bad. I've had customers that pissed me off, but I don't think I've ever had a customer that made me cry. I don't think so. Not that I remember, at least. Now, the casino, if it snowed, was a different story. If there was a big snowstorm, they tried to plan for it. If they knew they were gonna have people trying to call out. And, I got conned into staying. And I did it because the director of our department kind of made it worth my while, or he tried to. And he's like, oh, you know, your husband can stay too. He goes, that's fine. And I'm like, really? Because I didn't want to stay without him. I was like, no, I'll get home. You know, like, as long as the buses are running, I can get home. That's fine. Well, you have a good night. Try not to injure yourself, sir. Be careful going to and from work. I really didn't want to stay, but he's like told me to come in like a couple hours early, and he left my name at front desk and told me where to go, and I'm like, okay. I went to get the room key. The buses stopped running, so I couldn't get home anyway. But the lady that they were afraid was gonna call out that I had to be there and stay extra for got in no problem, and I'm like, how the fuck did you get in? She goes, oh, I live right down the road. She goes, I live on one of the barrier islands that connects into here. She goes, it was okay. I don't know if she had like a vehicle of fucking awesomeness or what, or she just was used to driving in the snow. But she got in fine. I could not get home. I was stuck there for 2.5 days. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, I can't sleep. The wind was howling. It was like a nor'easter snowstorm. The wind was blowing so bad. I had never seen this before. It was blowing so bad that it was pushing the doors open on the elevator shafts, and they wouldn't stay closed. So the elevators kept emergency stopping. And of course, our hotel room was above the parking garage, and like right next to it, where they had shoved like all the employees in that particular tower. And it was like a fucking party in there. And because we were employees, we had to do extra stuff when we were done with the room. We had to like pre-strip the room and shit. I'm like, because I guess they were short on housekeeping on top of it. It's like, really? So now I'm working in a department I don't work in. We didn't have to make up the rooms, but we had to at least like help them. Apparently the hotel was pissed because some of the departments were treating it like a fucking party. I'm like, well, what do you expect? It was so loud. The doors kept banging shut, and I could not sleep. I didn't really, I think in 2 days I slept like maybe 4 hours. It was awful. And then we finally managed to get home when the buses started running. And I had to dig my dad's car out so he could go into work because he couldn't dig with his heart condition. So I'm like, right. Russell's like, I'll help you, but I need some sleep first. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this now because if I don't do this now, I'm gonna crash and I'm not gonna surface again until like 10 o'clock tonight, and that's gonna be too late, so I'll be in eventually. But he was like, he had reached his breaking point. He was like way too fucking tired. He goes, you have fun with that. And I was like, yep, I'll see you later. It took me another like 2.5 hours to dig the fucking car out. I was like, never again am I staying. Nope, 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 nope. So I think this will look cute once we get done. Question is, are we gonna need more torches on this side? I don't know. I mean, we're gonna end the hallway here, right? So that's pretty much a given. How high was I putting these guys? Kind of near the top. here. I gotta watch these though, because sometimes they're not as on the wall as I am thinking they are. This one's actually a little crooked, I think. I mean, I guess it's okay if it's a little crooked. Like a little bit. I mean, so it's not terrible. It's very empty though. We don't have a whole lot going on in there, so I think we might try to put in some conservation boards maybe. Just to kind of fill the space in the hallway. Let's see, what colors do we think are gonna look good on you? Do we want to reverse that? I wish we could do this metal color, but that doesn't seem possible. So if we put this way, maybe about here. There's nothing on the back side of these, so. In just a little bit more. Okay, so what do we want this guy to be? How about we go invasive species? And then duplicate that guy. And then maybe this one. Turn and just want to bump him in enough that the back edge is hidden. Alright, but this guy, instead of invasive species, we'll do some climate change on that. Our education rating is actually not too bad. I'm sure it could be better, but it's not too terrible. And I think maybe we'll do one more here, because we can do some on the other side of this entryway too. Or maybe on this side we can do like a little bit of an alcove and maybe do like some plants and stuff in there. Could do that. Well, maybe not right there. Maybe through here we can do a little something. wonder if maybe we take out, let me think about that. It's not something that we're doing today, that's for sure, because our time is starting to run out here today. Still have a few more minutes, but we don't have quite the time to do that project right now. That's okay, it'll give me time to think on it. That was strange. Alright, so climate change, invasive species. Perhaps deforestation. Alright, so don't forget, we're gonna have another wall coming through here. And we can put a couple more of those guys there. But then we've got this guy in here. Alright, let's see. This should have a keeper. Oh, we're gonna go look at the new one. Cool. Good, good. Starting to get some people over in here. Slowly. Ever so slowly. Remember, this thing's not really going to be seen. This is going to have a dome over it. But we're starting to get some more people heading back over in here. So that's pretty good. We're not looking too bad. So today we got the facades on the interior buildings, and we got those lit up. We got this exhibit in, or this animal in this exhibit. Got the talk point set up, and started to put our outer walls in place. Trying to figure that shit out. Got the new talk point added to that work zone. And started to try to figure out our entrance here and entrance down here. That did take a little bit of time to try to figure out how we were gonna handle that. I've got this guy in here just as kind of like a mold or something for us to kind of work off of so that our rocks don't look too terribly wonky, since I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I'll worry about this out here as we get further along on this interior outer wall. So next week, wait, what's next week's date? Hold on. Really? You're not gonna let me see the date on that one? Windows 11. What's next Friday's date? I have no idea. I'm not sure if we're doing this next Friday. It depends on when D4 goes live for us. Because when D4 goes live, we'll be doing that. But the next time we are in here on this guy, whether that's a late night bonus session or what have you, I might have to get creative with stream schedule for a couple of weeks. We'll be back to working on that, and then we'll put our next bug in here. We'll finish up our interior wall here. I'm thinking maybe in this large section, we'll take out this wall, right? Perhaps we'll take this out and we'll add like some window things or some cuts for some like windows, and maybe we can add some mushrooms or vines or maybe some plants in here, and maybe will knock out a couple of quote-unquote windowy things on this side to kind of see it, and maybe let in a little bit of light into here. Maybe? But I don't want the exhibits visible. I want people to have to come inside to see those. And then, you know, we'll have to do a pass on these guys to deal with the seams, and then do like a landscaping pass out here. Maybe we'll do like some, I don't know, some cactuses maybe. They're not all desert bugs though, so, but it's kind of like red deserty rocks. I don't know, we'll figure out something. Maybe like some scrub trees and bushes or something like that. But we definitely got people coming in here now. I don't think anybody's really going to the coffee stand. Most people seem to already have souvenirs at this point, it seems like. I'm sure you're losing money. In fact, I know you are. You've served 31 people, which is more than I kind of expected, because coffee doesn't do so well for me. What about you? Have you actually done any? You've serviced 27 people. Okay. So, I mean, not terrible. But we're getting there. I mean, I did spend some time bullshitting. I did spend some time trying to find pieces that didn't end up working. I mean, there's that. Oh, we've got a bunch of people over here for the talkie-talkie. But yeah, so, I mean, we're working on it. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna roof this yet. Because I want to start out here and then work our way in. I don't want it to be, like, completely flat looking. Like, the interior might be... Like, the roof's probably gonna look a little weird when we first get started with it. So, do keep that in mind. You know, we probably could put some trees in here and do, like, a hole over the staff section. But that's neither here nor there. We'll worry about that later. But, yeah, so, I mean, I've got some ideas rattling around. We'll just have to see if they end up coming to be... Well, she's got a lot of people here for this talk, huh? Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I think you're supposed to be holding it, but I don't see it. Because you're pointing at your hand. You're pointing at your hand again. So I imagine you're actually sort of holding it, but I don't see it. Because it looks like you're showing it to people. And that might be why we have quite so many people over here. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But they seem to be having a good time, so that's all that really matters. Yeah, everybody's like over here. And people seem to be happy, so cool. Alright, this bathroom. I did put that on the maintenance schedule, right? 35 people in here. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Oh, have you had any business whatsoever? 55. Alright, not bad. Better than I expected. So yeah, it's coming along. Slowly, but it's getting there. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, so don't forget that when D4 goes live, I think the husband and I have the 4-day early access thing. So, because of the pre-order, we'll be working on that. Husband's working on our Diablo-fied icons. I'm not sure if we're doing the guest star thing or if we're just going to co-stream it, like, at the same time. We haven't quite figured that out yet. We have to do some testing, see how that's going to work. And, we'll figure that shit out. But we are going to be streaming that for several days in a row. So, normal schedule will probably be disrupted. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow, though, we will be back working on the challenge zoo against the husband. I'm a little bit further along than him right now because he just was pissed off at how his setup was going, so he decided to change his layout a bit. So, even though we build pretty slow, we're slightly ahead of him. We are working on our, was it the Dwarf Cayman building? That ended up being way bigger than I expected it to be, but okay. It happens. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I completely forgot. I was in here, I was like, I need to do the thing. What the hell animal was this? Shit. Oh, shit. Are those guys? Okay, those are on. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, dear. Oh, dear. We forgot. Shit. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, you're gonna be released to the wild. Yes, release all of them. Yikes. I missed one. Oh my god. How many did I have in here? Was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're... and you. You need to be released to the one. I can at least open my menu back up. I wasn't done. Oh dear. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We don't have death turned on, so it's gonna be a problem if they start breeding like crazy. Wait, what was that? I saw some... I don't know what that... I don't know what that symbol means. Is that mates? Or family? Or I don't know. Alright, well whatever. We got the main things sorted. Alright, so yeah, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow we'll be working on the challenge day with the husband. Sunday and Monday we will be back working on our needle felting project with Bob Ross. So you guys enjoy your weekend if I don't see you. Hopefully I will. And until next time, you guys, have a good one.